Hi everyone, my name is Nomkosi Lukama. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Notes from Up Head. Today in this fourth video, we are going to be taking over from the last conversation on success. And in the third video, I had basically decided to just slice a small piece on the concept of success, which is time. I realized that success is too big and too broad for us to discuss in one video, so I'm doing it slice by slice. That one was about time, this one was about the people, and I already said in the last video that I was going to take on from time to people, because time is very important as much as people in our life or in our lives. Okay, before I start talking about people in our lives and success, I do want to share a piece of good news which just happened this morning to me. As I started preparing the video, then I got a notification. I had a delivery and I went outside. I kind of expected the delivery, but still I had to be happy. They had said they were going to deliver by the end of the day, but guess what? It happened first thing in the morning, and the delivery was, ta-da, it's my book. Today, the 22nd of January 2024, is actually the first time I lay my hands on this book, which I worked on for a couple of years, but it was published in 2022. It's a co-authored book. It's a co-edited book with a colleague of mine. Her name is Pragna Raganan, as you can see. This is Pragna Raganan, and this is Nomkosi Lukama, editors. The book comes in a soft copy, and I was never able to get a copy from the publisher. It never reached me. I don't know how. So this time, the way I've been able to win this copy, which have really made me excited, because I guess it doesn't look like how it looks online. Well, it does. It does look like this online, but it's much more cuter. I like it more. I like more the physical copy. And I already said to you guys that I buy books, I read books, I like books, I carry books. So this excites me, obviously, just getting this copy. I reviewed a book at the end of last year for the same publisher. So they said that I could choose any book that I wanted from their publication list. Guess which book I chose? I chose my own book because I didn't have a physical copy, because what they're supposed to send me never reached me. So I was very excited. And they gave me 3 copies, which I'm definitely keeping for Mikosi, Zanda, and Libo. I have 3 copies of this book. Yeah, so that's like a very exciting point for me that has happened this morning. So, Ngiyabonga. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know some of you guys already know the book, or at least the title, because I shared with you on Facebook. But yeah, so for the first time, I'm touching it with my own hands. And I'm liking the cup. Let me show it again. Did you see the cup? Did you see how cute it is? Look at this color. Look at this one. And look at this one. And don't even think that I put on this dress in relation to the book. No. Like, just enjoy the colors. Me. These things. Enjoy. Yeah. They work for me. I like it. I like cute books. I like cute covers because because I work with books and reading can be boring sometimes, but at least if the cover is cute. Yeah, so this book has 18 chapters, inclusive of the introduction and the conclusion, which I worked on with Pragna. And then I actually authored one sole chapter, and I co-authored another chapter with colleagues of mine. And the rest is by different types of colleagues who are mostly based in the Southern Africa. The book is titled Migration in Southern Africa, so that's exactly what the book is about. Migration in Southern Africa. Yes. So I was asked to review the book so that I could win this, because I'm somebody who knows something, just a little something, on migration in Africa. Okay, moving on to today's subject, taking stock of the people in our lives in relation to success. Okay, all I want to say in this video is that we need to revisit the people in our lives. We need to revisit the concept of the people in our lives. We need to take stock. We need to take stock of the people in our lives, so that we can see how much they add, how much value they add towards our goals, towards our successes, and towards the satisfaction that we have about life itself. Okay, so I've divided the people into different categories, and you can add more. I have family, or families, and here it's inclusive of spiritual families as well, definitely biological families, and our social families, because we know we adopt each other sometimes because of the relationships that we have. Okay, so the first one is family, and for me the second one is friends. Families we don't always choose, but we are able to choose families, like the social and the spiritual. And then not so much the biological. And then with friends, mostly we're able to choose friends as much as they are able to choose us. And then the third one is relatives for me. Yes, for me, relatives are a different category. And yeah, I'm sorry if this is a bit offensive to other people. So relatives, guys, you know, these are the people that a year will end without you seeing them. If it wasn't for that funeral or that wedding. Yeah, so for me, relatives are a different category. These are the people in our lives. And then we would have, okay, colleagues. These are the people we probably see on a daily basis based on the type of work that we do, if we work. And then we have acquaintances. These are the people that we just meet with, not too close with. The people that we take the same transport with. The people that maybe we go to the same gym with. They're not our friends. The people that we kind of, I don't know, we meet up with every now and then in a supermarket, you know. Maybe they're neighbors or maybe they're not our neighbors. Okay. And then, okay, wait. So it's family, it's friends, it's relatives. And they're not necessarily, I'm not listing them in order of importance. Not necessarily. It's friends, it's relatives, it's family, it's friends, it's relatives, it's acquaintances, and then it's neighbors. Neighbors are very important for me. And neighbors, some of you guys might not relate to the concept of neighbors because of the kind of spaces that you live in. But for me, as somebody who's from a township, neighbors are very important and they play a big role in our lives. And as somebody who's also married into a rural area, Gwanongoma, neighbors are very important and they play a big role in our lives. Yeah, so, but for those of you guys who live in estates, I don't know what is your concept of neighbors. Maybe you have them, maybe you don't have them, maybe you have relations with them, maybe you don't have. It doesn't matter, but it's a category of people that we have in our lives. I think there are 6. And then we're going to have admirers. We know some unknown, some unknown. And then we have haters, some are known, some are unknown. And then we have strangers. Yes, the strangers are the people in our lives. Who else am I living? I said family, friends, neighbors, relatives, colleagues, acquaintances, admirers, haters, strangers, and the last group is other. So the other is whatever group that I might not have mentioned, which is relevant for you. Okay, so these people, as we all know, people sometimes they come into our lives for a season. Okay, so they'll come and go. And some, they live our lives when they have finished the season that they came for. Or we live their lives when we have finished the season that we had come for in our lives. And sometimes the way the people live our lives, obviously, they die, they pass away. So sometimes we are convinced that was the end of the season for those people in our lives. And in most of the cases, we want to believe that they would have achieved what they had been set to achieve in our lives by the time they leave, if they were people that were close to us. Okay. So, okay, then we have different types of people. Ne? Some people are in our lives, regardless of the category that I've just mentioned. Some people are in our lives to love us and to support us. And in most of the cases, we reciprocate. We do the same to them. And a good example is family. And I know when I speak about family, sometimes it can be a sensitive issue to other people because some other people do not have families. And that means do not, either because they're all gone or they are existing, but they're almost like non-existent because they don't serve the functions which we generally understand to be the functions of the families in our lives. So they are there to love and to care for us and for us to do the same in their lives. And then what else? And then the other thing, we have people that are in our lives so that we can learn from them. We have people that are in our lives so that we can learn from them. And then we have people that are in our lives so that we can teach them some things about life. Okay. And then we have people in our lives who are here to just guide and support us. Or we have people in our lives whereby we have to guide and support them. And then we have people in our lives that they are here to laugh with us and to cry with us. And they are here to build with us. Obviously, relationships is the first thing that we build, but beyond that, we build concepts, we build wealth, we build different sorts of things that we are working on in our lives. But the most important thing about the people in our lives is, what is their purpose in our lives? I think, because this is between me and you for now, let's just focus on why they are in our lives. Then they also can reflect on why we are in their lives, okay? I want us to think carefully about, who are we keeping in our lives? And why are we keeping certain types of people in our lives? And also reflecting on the other point, how much time do we invest with those people in our lives? And why do we invest that much time with those people in our lives? And also, what are the results of the investments that we make with those people in our lives? Okay, so the reason why I'm throwing all those points around is because sometimes there are people that we keep in our lives, yet they are toxic. Okay, and I'm not saying we don't need toxic people in our lives. You can decide for yourself whether we need them or not. But sometimes we keep people who are toxic in our lives, people who are able to, what is this English saying? It says, you take out the best in me. So, but we have people that we keep in our lives who actually take out the worst in us, and we keep them, ne? So that's why I'm saying we need to revisit, who are we keeping, why are we keeping, what is their purpose in our lives, how are they serving us, or are they serving us at all, or are we the only ones who are serving them? Why are we serving them? How are we serving them? You know, where are we coming from with these relationships? But most importantly, where are we going? Okay. And obviously, I strongly believe that it is healthy for us to be able to let go of people in our lives. And here I'm not only talking about girlfriends and boyfriends, because those are the ones that we almost like all naturally know that they come and they go. But I'm talking about families. Sometimes the healthiest thing that we can do for ourselves is to let go of some of the family members that we have, or some of the relatives, because they are toxic. And there are different types of toxicity, and there are different levels also of toxicity. It's up to you to decide what type is it and what level is it. But also, is it something that you can work on to remove the toxins from the relationship that you have with your family members, or with your relatives, or with your friends, or with your colleagues, or with your neighbors, or with your acquaintances? Yeah. It doesn't even need to reach that level. With your haters, I mean, again, the thing that I didn't mention in these categories, that sometimes the people that you consider as friends, they're also your haters. Sometimes the people that you consider as family, okay, they could be your admirers, definitely, but they can also be your haters. Or sometimes the people that you admire, sometimes the people that you regard as strangers, you find that they're admirers. So these categories that I mentioned are actually intertwined, or they can be intertwined. And the intertwinement can be intricate in some cases. For example, if you have a family member who's a hater, it's supposed to be unnatural, but that's where the complication gets. It happens. So yes, my point to you is, take time and do stock taking. Who is in your life? What is the value that they bring in your life? And by me asking what is the value that they bring, it's not because I'm expecting that people should only bring in to us. I'm not expecting that we should only be the receivers. Definitely, like I said, that some people are here to learn from us, but I did say that some people are here so that we can teach them. So maybe not much is expected from them to you, but just learning from you is them receiving from you, but it is you more who's actually taking stuff out, by imparting on the knowledge, by even imparting the love, imparting the care, imparting the support, imparting the guidance, imparting the inspiration. That is an investment, which helps other people to achieve greater strides, So I'm requesting that people take stock of the people in their lives, and they look at them critically, and people should not be ashamed to let go. Or maybe let go is a strong phrase. Maybe people should not be afraid to create space. Like, create space. Give yourself some space from the people which you find, I don't know, maybe greedy, which you find maybe toxic, which you find maybe selfish, which you find maybe jealous. You know, those people who just bring a lot of negativity in your life. Maybe don't let go of them. You can decide, but maybe create space. Monitor the time that you spend with them, whether through the phone, whether physically, whether through visits. But don't subject yourself to a space that is actually unhealthy and that is not conducive for your success. By the mere fact that they are my colleagues, what can I do? There's nothing that I can do because they're my colleagues. I have to work with them. Definitely you have to work with them because they are colleagues, but you should be able to create boundaries which are going to protect your peace, which are going to protect your heart, because in Zulu we say, which are going to protect your heart from these people who are maybe bullies, from these people who are just horrible, you know. You don't even have to think about negative things to say to you. But also from the people who are always here to receive. People who are always asking for time, asking for favors, asking for money, asking for just different sorts of things. People who almost like have nothing to offer. I'm not saying let's let them, all of them go, but like revisit the relationship. See if you can rework it. See if these are the things that you can actually talk about, and see if there's value in reworking. See if there's value in talking about them, because honestly, sometimes we can do better without other people in our lives. So yeah, so in this video, again, I've gone way beyond time. I'll just have to shut it down here, but just revisit the people that are in your life and reflect on the value that they bring, and how much do you share, how much reciprocity happens. I think I got it right, between you and them. So yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna end this video. I have to thank you for liking, thank you for watching, thank you for sharing, and thank you for subscribing. I'm really impressed. My first video is almost 200. I'm really happy. Thank you for that. Please continue sharing. My second video is almost 100 views, and I'm excited. My third video has not reached 50 yet, but yeah, let's continue watching and sharing. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next video.